I don't work a job, fuck nigga, I am a job. Baby mama problem, so I solved it.
Yo, what up, people? Welcome to the first episode of motherfucking My Brothers Radio. I revised the whole show. We starting over from scratch. Originally, it was about everything black culture, black health products, things like that. It was pretty widespread. What I want to do is I want to slow the show down, slow everything down. I want to revamp it. I want it to be mostly about black independent musicians and black independent businessmen and women, So basically, I feel like there's a great deal of conversation to be had about, black business, independent business, black independent musicians, and it's a lot to be spoke about. It's a lot to be shared. It's a lot to learn. It's a pretty big topic to me, and it has been over the years. And it was one of the main reasons why I said, "Fuck it, let me go ahead and let's revamp this thing. Let's make this thing more targeted for specific people, because it was before, but let's target it a little more targeted. It should I say, if that's a word? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Towards a specific topic and people. So that's what we doing. I wanted to keep this episode pretty short. I just wanted to be like an introduction, like a hey, hello, I'm back. But I definitely want to touch on a couple of topics, you know what I'm saying? That is being the first episode, being that we don't want to play no fucking games. We want to keep it authentic. We want to be on these niggas. We want to show people that, hey man, you got to start wising up. You got to start paying attention. We got to start studying. We got to start sharing, believing in each other, supporting each other, and working hard, man. Consistency and working hard is like the key to a great deal of the things that we're going to talk about, we're going to discuss on this show. So keep that in mind. Understand that this podcast is going to be about, hard hitting, man. It's going to be hard hitting. It's going to be about, reality of what it takes to be successful as an independent, as a black independent, especially here in America. So today I figured let's focus on black artists. Let's do black musicians. We're going to do independents. We're going to do startups. We're going to do people who are trying to get the ball rolling, right? I feel like there is a couple of ways to look at it and a couple of ways to idolize it. Those couple of ways being you looking at it from the big machine perspective, where you've been watching rap videos your whole life. You've been idolizing the music business, your whole life. And you took the things that you learned in those spaces and try to apply them to your music or to your career in music. I like to think that there's another side of that, to where you don't got to mimic what these big guys do because you're not a big guy, where you should be understanding that focus on what's in front of you. Eat what's on your plate first. Handle what you can in the space, in the realm, and for the budget that you can, and then move on, grow bigger, because from that income or from what you succeeded from that task, you're going to move further, you're going to get farther, you're going to have more people to do business with, you're going to have a bigger budget to spread the money around and get the word spread, get the exposure out there a little more. But for the guys who are just starting out, you don't have no budget, you're still working your 9 to 5, you're still paying your rent, bills on your ass, you got kids, you're just trying to get this thing rolling, dude. For me, that's going to be exposure. We got to bring exposure. A lot of guys out there, a lot of women out there are making great music, and I commend you guys for that. But consistency and hard work, like I said, we want to bring it back to that always in this podcast. Consistency and hard work over time will prove who really wants this and who's just good at doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you're good at rapping or you're good at making music. That's cool, man. But then you got to figure out who's going to listen to it, who you're going to sell it to, in those realms of business that you have to exploit. Going back to hard work and consistency, you want to channel ways to get your following moving and active, and at the end of the day, financially supporting you. So one of the biggest things I always tell people to do is like focus on what's in front of you, right? So let's say you got 200 followers on Instagram, you got another 300 on Facebook. You got a couple of subscribers on SoundCloud, a couple more subscribers on YouTube. You got, you got multiple platform bases, right? So we're going to take that whole number, that conglomerate, that whole conjunction of numbers, right? And we're going to derive how many people are actively watching or interacting with your content to where as though we could turn them over into actual fan base to where they're financially supporting what you do. You got to get up every day and get on their butts. See, everybody want to go out and get the millions of followers and the millions of streams and all of that stuff there, but you kind of got to start at a beginning. You know what I mean? You got to like look at what you got already and what you can get right now, right? Work on that, build on them people. Get those people behind you. Get those people to actually support. Get those people to actually stream. You know what I'm saying? And from those people, what they call like a ripple effect, you can get other people. You know what I'm saying? Word of mouth is one of the coldest ways to get found in this business. And if you consistently on them, it'll grow. It'll grow. And then you go from there to other realms of ad space, of working with other influencers. You got to collaborate. You got to get out here and you got to work, man. There's people out here that's putting their foot to metal and they ain't looking for nobody to give them nothing. They ain't looking to try to trick the game or whatever. They working their ass off. So when you outside working and you're doing your content and you're growing your fan base, that'll be recognized. And when you work with other collaboratives, you will grow. If their fan base is eclipses your fan base and you're able to work with them throughout, you know what I'm saying, showing them that you can work and that you're down and that you're hard working, and then you get exposure from their fan base, bro, that's another blossom. So that's why you always got to be out working. You got to be collaborating. You got to be generating something. You can't just necessarily think like, if I hit this podcast or if I do this right here, I'm gonna get what I need, or they gonna give me all the exposure I need. A lot of times that comes with a budget, a promotion budget. Right now they call them digital promotion budgets, where you run the digital gambit. You go from influencer to influencer, podcaster to podcaster, and you try to gain from their fan bases as you run through this platform. That causes money sometimes, or a great deal of relationships. So on one hand, you can work your ass off, gain the relationships, get in those spaces, bust your ass, become like one of those well notarized people on the internet that works hard, that promotes his music and grinds, so that when other influencers meet you, it's easier to work with. Or you could be that guy who's out here paying for influencers. Like I said, the more money you spend, the higher the overhead. We're going to always focus on hard work and consistency. So if we're spending money for something, then we're not working that hard. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show the character of of the people in this business. You got to fucking work. You got to fucking work. Start deriving 30-day plans, man. Come up with this content, shoot this content, break it down into intervals. If you shoot a 3-minute video, man, from 3 minutes, you should be able to take 6 30-second clips from that, right? You just cut the videos in half. That's 30 seconds. You cut those videos in half. You got 15 seconds. Now you got 12 clips to post, right? Let's say your fan base ain't that big and you really only need to post once a day or whatever, or you need to post a couple of times a day. Well, you can cover it a couple of times a day. You can cover that whole week. Shoot, if you do it right, you can end up covering a whole month. So really, it's just about getting up every day, finding new ways to shoot content, finding better ways to shoot content. When you find things that work, be consistent, do it again, work it again, repost it later on. You gotta consistently grow. It's always about working. Every day you can find a new fan. Every day you're gonna break another impression level. So yeah, today you might only got 1 follower and you did 100 views. If you do 5 videos that do 100 views and you get a follower per video, bro, that's 5 followers and it ain't take you nothing but some hard work. All you had to do is get up, have that content, work it, get it out, post it, and work hard. We got to start in those realms. We got to start understanding that we can't play like the big dogs. Like, yeah, you might want it to go out and shoot a $200, $300 video or $500 video, whereas nobody knows your record. You know what I mean? And you don't have monetization for a video. How you going to make the money back for that $500 video? See what I'm saying? So it's like ways you got to work it. Like, even if you did, let's just give an example. If you did go shoot a $500 video, I wouldn't necessarily give that video away. What I would do is I would do content. I would take excerpts, clips, 30-second clips, 15-second clips, minute-long clips from the video. and use it in the social space to gain more traction, more following, so that way when the video did drop, it had more of a following, or it turns over into streaming value for my single or for a project that I'm promoting at the moment. So you gotta always be on that. Like it's like key. It's key. It's the things that you want to do to gain exposure every day. That's the things that you can do that won't cost you $1. Like just working hard, you know what I mean? Getting up every day and working hard, gaining that extra fan, gaining that extra couple of fans, and trust me, it'll grow, it'll work. Start out small. Start with a 30-day package. Start with a 30-day plan or a 20-day plan, and then you evolve it and add 10 days. And every time you get to 10 days, you add 10 more days, and just keep working, man. You just break down the math to where it makes sense to you and that it fits you. And believe it or not, man, you'll gain a lot more exposure. It's there for you. It's really there for you. You can get into other things like they have, like I said, you can leverage other people's following. Like you could dead ass, like I said, get with other influencers. It's influencers out here working all the time. Stop thinking that you got to have the top influencers. Start with the small ones. Build it up. Go work with Larry, who does little comedy skits or whatever, but he gets about 10,000 impressions a week. Go work with Larry. Get your first 1,000 impressions. Get your first 2,000 impressions. You know what I mean? And then grow from there. Use that leverage. Use that fan base that you gained from him to get more work done. Put out more content socially from your space. Man, it's like never stopping, dog. Like the one thing that kills me with almost every artist or every independent businessman is that nobody's willing to truly invest in themselves. They want to invest in the dream. They want to invest in the idea. They want to invest in success. They want the money. They want the cars and all that. But truth be told, the real act comes in when you invest in yourself. And I'm not talking about, putting money on yourself and buying yourself a cool Louis belt. I'm talking about sacrificing that time, that fun. Go work, bro. What are you doing, bro? You know what I mean? You talking like you the hottest artist in the game. You the hottest dude out, right? But all we seeing you do is talk. All we seeing you do is nut up. You know what I mean? Go buy clothes and smoke za and chill and drink and hang out with the girls. And yeah, you the coolest nigga out, but you don't do no work. You don't do no work. You don't promote your brand. You don't promote your content. You don't promote your work. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of seeing artists post fucking cover art and think that we all just gonna go listen to your fucking single, dog. Nah, bro. No, bro. I don't care. Who are you? I don't know you. You just came across my fucking Instagram. I don't know who the fuck you are, dog. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you come across my Instagram rapping that shit? Let me hear that shit. Come across my Instagram with your face, so I know who's rapping it, right? Kicking that shit. Put some lyric in the video or something. Kick that shit. Do that for fucking 30 days, different locations, different outfits, clean yourself up. What the fuck is going on? But you got a single out, and I should have went and streamed your single. Why? How the fuck I even knew about it? How anybody gonna know about it? You told your mama yet? How hard are you really working? Like, that's really what it's gonna come down to. Hard work and consistency. And throughout this podcast, that's what I'm gonna touch on. I'd like to welcome y'all to the first episode of My Brothers Radio 2.0.